I took the bike successfully down to the movie last night. Then when I left, I was kind of tired. I was like, I'm just gonna take an Uber back up to my car and then take my car back out.
Yeah.
So I got in an Uber, went back up to my car, then had to drive from my car back to my place. And as I'm driving to my place, I saw a cyclist get hit right in front of me.
No.
And it was like, it's a sign. Like I should not be doing this anymore. Like there was a
it hit by
cyclist.
an Uber?
There was a cyclist in the bike lane to my right. He passed me, and the car in front of me turned its right turn signal on, and it was going to turn into a restaurant.
Yeah.
And then just fucking hit the cyclist.
I think that's a common accident between car and cyclist. Like, I knew somebody who was driving, and a cyclist punched her car, and she was furious about it. I was like, what happened? He's like, the cyclist was in just driving along on the side of the road, and I passed him, and I was taking a right turn, and it's like he had to stop, and then he punched me and like cursed me out. What an asshole. I'm like, no, you cut off a cyclist. You like passed him and then turned right in front of him. Like, that's you being a dickhead.
It's like they don't know what it is. Like, yeah, I was stood on this hill and a bunch of ants came out, and I was like, what the hell's happening? It's like, yeah, what? You stood on an anthill.
Stupid ants. You know, I was stomping on their home like Godzilla.
Yeah, I was crushing 90 of them to death, and they got pissed off.
Yeah, it was such it's one of those things where somebody says it with zero self-awareness. And it's like, even after I explained it to her, she was like, no, he was a dick. And I'm like, okay, I guess we're going with that. That's the way that'll go.
It would be weird if you like cut someone off in a car and they get out and punch your car, though.
But if they hit your car with their car, that would be like you caused an accident.
Yeah, but like a punch is like.
Well, also,
Go for a kick.
I don't know
Never
that
a
she
punch.
punched the guy. Like, he probably actually hit the side of the car, and because he's a
Okay,
person,
yeah,
she
yeah,
probably
yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
That makes-
She didn't see him.
She didn't like.
He wasn't like, put him up.
There's a lot of fail videos of cyclists and motocyclists.
You remember the
Getting
time
annoyed and kicking cars while they're driving, and it just knocks them off balance and they
Oh,
fall. It
yeah.
happens a lot.
It's
like
funny.
people kick cars while they're driving along.
One
on
of
a
the
bike.
great subreddits is Instant Karma. Have you ever been to that?
Yeah, I love that one.
Is it gross?
There's another one actually. It's kind of like Instant Karma. What's it called? It's called Justice Porn. Have you seen that?
I've
And
seen
it
that one,
sounds like pornographic, but it's not. It's all just like, oh yeah,
It's
that
all
guy-
barely legal.
barely legal karma.
Yeah.
But it's like somebody does something wrong, and it just like comes back immediately to like pay off
Well, it's like
negatively for them.
the guy in the fancy sports car who's like showing off and like waving, and then he
What are you saying about me? Nah,
And he immediately like wrecks it. It's like that kind of stuff, right?
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So you know what? I'm remiss to bring this up
Bring it up.
because I don't want it to not happen. But my son, JD, turns 14 this month. He turns 14 on
Over the hill.
I'm telling you,
Old.
long in the tooth. And
Time to retire.
When are you going to hire him?
so, but here's the thing: do you think that JD will be driving before Gavin? I actually think now that's a distinct possibility.
I shall not let that happen.
If JD, can you imagine if JD
Not by me
picked
driving.
you up?
I'm just going to like sabotage his test whenever he takes it.
You'll just drive bikes around, and, like ruin every time
Kick
he
his
takes a
car.
driver's test.
Just like try to make like fake, really difficult driving tests to give to him. Like with all the information's wrong. You should find out if there's like a fake manual to study for the driver's test and give him that so he gets all the laws wrong.
That's sick.
Ruin him for the rest of his life.
So one of the fun things about South by Southwest that happens whenever it happens, a lot of people come to Austin, so we like see a bunch of people that we don't, normally see. Like I was able to record a podcast with Phil DeFranco the other day, his podcast, not ours, and that was great. It was really
Is that
interesting.
different to Table Talk?
Yeah, it's just a one-on-one conversation. Table Talks where they draw a topic out of the bowl. This was just a one-on-one conversation between him and me. And I don't want to take away from that. You should go watch it whenever it comes out. But there was a really interesting picture that I saw on Twitter that I believe his wife posted, which like definitely spoke to me. It was he was having to take a phone call during his anniversary dinner, and it's like I could relate to that photo so fucking much. Anyway, but we talked about it in depth on his podcast, and it's like to me
What,
that
because you had to take a call?
well, I'm gonna steal a little bit from what we talked about from that podcast, but
It's promotion.
one of the things that drives me a little nuts is when I watch people in this industry, like they tweet about stuff, like they tweet about, and it comes up a lot at South by Southwest, like where people go to a conference or a presentation, and the person up there is a motivational person, like telling you all these corporate paradigms and like believe in your dreams and you gotta hustle. That's always the big thing is hustle. They always say that, and I always hate people always tweeting about, oh man, I'm hustling, I'm getting it done, making the dream come true, and it's like, then they post a picture, and it's like, their idea of hustle is them at like one of those shitty corporate party photo booths with like the fake mustache, and they're out there hustling and making shit happen. It's like, that's not what that is. It's like Phil DeFranco on the phone interrupting his own anniversary dinner. That's what that
That's hustling?
That's what that actually looks like. It's like, that's how, you focus probably a little too much on your career.
Ruining your relationships.
Exactly. It's like, it's not the other stuff of like driving a fucking hoverboard with a snack back hat or whatever.
I feel like it's called. Like there's that one, hustling, and there's also world domination.
The world domination thing is like, listen, not everyone's going to dominate the world. Why does everyone say that? Like it's a catchphrase.
Is that a thing?
Oh,
Oh,
you haven't
God.
heard that?
It's like a buzzword that makes me instantly turn off. Like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Typically
I'm
with
out.
like people involved or people who like Twitch, I find.
Or I mean, listen, it was Bungie's motto for a long time, world domination.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a
true.
lot of people use it. A lot of people, and it's just like, just stop it. Just stop it. Get over it. It's not happening. You're not going to dominate the world.
Dominate the world.
Of course, we probably would have said that to Donald Trump a few months ago, and who knows? It's within reach, man.
It's there.
It's right there.
It's happening.
Another person I want to say a shout out to Ryan Williams, who is a guy we met a few years ago.
When we were dressed as elves.
Gavin and I went to an event at the YouTube Space for I think it wasn't What's Trending, but it was What's Trending was hosting it. Shiro was hosting it.
It was a charity thing?
Yeah, and it was like
We've come off like mugs though, because to the untrained eye, it appears that we thought it was fancy dress, but it wasn't. But really, we were just trying to be assholes.
it was a Christmas thing, so we thought, why don't Gavin and I show up dressed as elves and just be like, we're just fucking around. And like, I think the only person at that thing who
There we go.
also,
Birdie's is a woman's elf costume.
yeah, I think mine wasn't mine a Robin Hood costume that got turned into that?
Something like that. And I'm wearing like Where's Wally took a wrong turn. There you go.
And it was actually, I think you had just started dating Meg, and it was like we were like, oh, we had this idea, and then it was like you and I called, I think, one costume shop trying to find elf costumes 2 days before Christmas, and they're like, no, go fuck yourself. Those are all booked.
We were instantly like, nah, forget it.
So we hit eject. We were like, okay, we called one costume shop. It's not going to happen. And Meg was like, oh no, we'll make this happen.
We're doing this.
So she like rented different costumes and built the elf costumes out of these different costumes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, Meg did all that.
Bloody expensive too. I should have expensed that. That was a business expense. It cost me like $200 for that shit.
Jesus.
I think the only person who got it, like when we showed up, was Grace Helbig. You remember? She loved it. She thought, what the fuck are you guys doing? It's like this formal charity event. We're going in like elves. And
I think it was way funnier to us.
and it's funny because
That's funny.
that segment that we were on mic there, we're introducing. Do you remember who we were introing?
Toby Turner.
We were introducing Toby Turner, and I think he thought we were goofing on him. Or
Yeah, he
something.
was just like really uneasy. He was like,
What is
Okay.
this? But anyway, so at that thing, that's where I met Ryan, and he has been for the last 2 years working on this book that he's about to put out. It's called The Influencer Economy. It'll come out in June. Is that right? Yeah, it's coming in June.
Oh,
Back
geez.
behind me.
There's someone over there.
I saw a shadowy figure over here. So Ryan's sitting in today, and so we'll talk more about it when it comes out. But we were interviewed for it. Who else, Ryan?
We talked to Kovic and Bruce.
Oh, Adam Kovic and Bruce Green are in it. Like I said, not every
that's
book
a
is
shame.
perfect.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's a shame.
it's okay. Freddie Wong.
Nerdist.
Ryan, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Is the Rooster Teeth chapter, is it before Freddie's chapter or after Freddie's chapter?
You're such a sophisticated company that you're in the final stage of the process.
Oh, so we're at the end of the book?
You're at the end of the book.
Because we are the ultimate outcome from the influencer economy.
The future sucks.
You're at a higher level, so you're after him.
Okay, cool. Okay, so we're after, he's telling
you
us
hear that,
off.
Freddie?
You can't hear him.
We're at a higher level.
He's after, or the Rooster Teeth chapters after the Freddie chapter.
your jacket is messing with my eyes on that monitor.
me
over
see.
there. Look at it.
Wow, look at that.
It's probably fine on the video.
Yeah, it's
but-
just that display. That display.
it's
See,
making
it's
like
not bad on
disco
that one.
lights,
yeah.
It's just that display.
Oh.
All right. Let me.
We'll send you a screenshot. I went to one time. I went to sushi with somebody years and years ago. So I'm not incriminating anybody that we know. Went to sushi with somebody, and it was Matt and I and this person, and it was a business thing, and
They work here.
we ordered we ordered edamame, and we're eating the edamame, and if you've never done this before, it's like soybeans, so you eat it. It looks like pea pods, and you eat the beans out of the middle, and then take the husk and put them in another bowl. So you end up at the end of the night with a bowl of these husks. And
I know where it's going, and it's gross.
and this guy just starts eating out of that bowl. Like starts like really hard, like chewing on the husks, like trying to tear them apart. And at one point he went to the bathroom and I was like, Matt, he goes, oh my God, what are we gonna do about this? He was like, should we like get rid of the bowl? Like we tried to get the waiter to come get the bowl. You know, it was like neither one of us
He's
could
eating
like,
your spit.
yeah. And the weird thing was like he was eating the edamame first, and then
So he went from the right bowl to the.
Yeah.
He's like, man, this stuff got really crappy.
it might have
halfway
been like
through."
a power move, man. It might have been like I don't give a fuck.
Someone
Yeah.
starts eating their silverware, like
Yeah.
You done with this? Not me.
Yeah. It's because we were probably so distracted. We're probably so distracted. He's like
we
grabbing
go.
these husks and going, so you guys are cool with that if I own half the company? Like, we're like, yeah, whatever, dude.
Go away, you gross person.
Like a lunatic.
Maybe he just does that if there's like a contract to be signed. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's distracting.
Because we were totally not listening to the conversation. You do that thing where
Fixated.
it's like all of a sudden you hear the person asked a question, like the end of the sentence went up, and you're like, what? Yeah.
The
I was listening.
waitress offers dessert. And he's like, no, I'm good. And he just eats your napkins.
Just rips
all
them
right,
up.
Bernie, you drank a spit cup. If someone, if
That's
no,
horrible.
But
I hope
wait,
that sound got picked up on the mic.
would you do this if you know it would help like a business thing?
Would I do
Where
what?
some's got a spit cup.
Oh my
and they're
God.
spitting in it, right?
There's gum in it.
And then you're sitting there and they're spitting in it. And then during the meeting, would you, if you know it would,
What is that?
No.
you pick up, you say, "Are you done with this?" And then you take and you.
If you made $1 million butt question, really seriously, that was just I had to drink out of a spit cup. What? One more time. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it.
Just like
What if it was warm instead of cold?
I just have such a memory of it. I just have,
Everyone stop.
no, I would not. I couldn't do it. I don't think I could. I couldn't physically do it. I mean, even if you said like
if it would, you're like, this will save me $1 million.
we could do. I'll tell you what. We could do a Kickstarter. And if I don't drink it, then we'll give the money to like a charity, so it doesn't like go to waste. But that's like that's the whole. All the money from the Kickstarter goes to that. If I do drink it, then I'll keep the money, and if not, it'll go to charity. That's a crowdfunding campaign I get behind.
I was dying. So what was the amount? What was it?
So I said, even if it was like $1 million butt question, just drink one spit cup. I wouldn't. I don't think I could physically make myself do it.
So I gave him this to throw up in, and he looked in it and started gagging. Do you know what made him gag in
It's
here?
gum, he said.
It's a chewed up piece of chewing gum.
Yeah, listen, anything
I don't
can
want to stare
trigger
at
Gavin.
someone's chew marks.
You know what though? Looking at someone handing you a trash can makes me want to throw up.
Oh, it does. Or
it's-
looking at a toilet.
it's them-
if you like hang your head over a
Yeah.
toilet, you're like, now I'm going to.
Your
It's
body
like a
knows what's
trigger
going
to
on.
throw up.
They're like,
Yeah.
oh, here, you need to throw up, and you're like, I do. Oh, okay, yeah.
Did you see there was a story out of China this past week where this man had to have his stomach pumped 8 times because he got sick off of pufferfish soup. Like, he went to a
the
restaurant,
poison?
and they made him pufferfish soup, and they said he ate it, then he immediately started vomiting for 3 hours straight,
Oh,
and then had to have his stomach pumped 8 different times.
Pumped of what though?
but like
at that
from what
point?
directions?
Go on.
Well,
How do you mean?
like, from the mouth or from the below? Like, can you?
Chris, do you know anatomy? Do you think if they're pumping your stomach, they're going through just dozens of feet of colon and intestine?
They got a bunch of bendy straws, and they hooked them all together, and they fucking figured it out.
Okay, yeah, it makes more sense to do it from the mouth.
Yeah.
But I was like 8 times. Like it seems like they're like, it's not going through that hole. Go through the other hole.
No, it was all out of the mouth. Yeah, 8 times. So then the owner of the restaurant admitted to local authorities she did not properly clean the pufferfish liver, which caused the dish to be contaminated.
I had to chunder recently. It was when Dan was around, and I was just like feeling really sick, like I was gonna vomit. I was getting like all salivary and like it was gonna
Yeah.
happen. So I was like, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom, have a tactical chunder. I'm just gonna like stare at the bog. It's gonna make me throw up.
It does.
But I got to
It
the
does.
bog hole, and the saliva was already building up. So I was like, man, that's a lot of spit. And I was just stood there with my mouth open, and it just went like doot into the water, and it was just streaming I did it for like 2 minutes. I was
Wait,
just like.
so were you connected to the toilet water?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing's
Well, I
climbing
mean,
that.
it was like.
Well, it's moving down.
Yeah, it would like disconnect and reconnect a few times. But I was like, how long can I go before I'm completely dehydrated?
You're already drinking. You're already dehydrated from drinking.
Gus, do you think like germs are like electricity? That the moment there's like a straight
Yes.
connection, they just
Yes.
come straight up.
They're shooting up there. They're just waiting to try to get in your body.
do you
They're
know-
like, this is it, boys.
Do you
We're
actually
going in.
think toilet water can defy gravity up into my mouth?
Yeah.
How?
The germs can. They'll climb up in there.
How?
It's
not
water. They just swim up. Have you ever been at the bottom of a pool and swam up?
The bottom of a
Swimming pool?
Have you ever swum up a
in water?
waterfall?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like in a pool, not in falling water through the air.
You said it was connected.
Yeah, but you can't swim up a waterfall.
Yeah.
It's not a waterfall. It's just connected. It's solid.
It's fall. He's lying now. He's trying to get us off track.
They're
You're
not
wrong,
salmon.
Gus.
How do you know?
What if the spit was on a treadmill? Then it was like an airplane.
No, that's gross, dude.
Dude.
You looked at a piece of chewing gum and gagged, but having your saliva touching your mouth in the toilet does not do anything.
I mean,
to
I was
you.
going to vomit anyway. That's why I was there.
All right.
If toilet water comes up and hits me in the mouth, then that's good, really, isn't it? Because I'm going to vomit.
Someone says it
Well,
would move up via osmosis. All the cells are going down. So even if it transfers into a
jumping
different
cells?
It's not. I'm with
Not
you, Gavin.
bad.
You can so when you pee in a toilet, does that mean all the germs in the toilet are on your penis then?
Yeah, that's why I wash my dick after I pee.
You do
Yeah,
not
you
do
know
that.
No, you didn't.
Do you?
like
Oh my
scrubbing it.
god! I thought this. Here's this podcast. Patrick, we got your thumbnail.
It's like scrubbing the inside of your urethra because that's what the fizz was.
Get like a special toothbrush.
Oh man!
Yeah, that's too far.
If they made a tiny toothbrush that was an exact toothbrush, but like a 50th scale, would you put it in your dick hole?
No.
Why on
Why
earth
would
would I
anyone
do
do
that?
that?
They make those brushes now. I mean,
do
there's
you mean?
different sized
It's called a
brushes.
Q-tip.
Yeah, you can use a
Oh.
Q-tip.
That's
I'm not
why.
saying you should
Q-tip's got some girth.
There's little. You can go out and buy a little brush, like a pipe cleaner or
No, they
something.
don't make a tiny toothbrush.
No, but they make little brushes. It doesn't have to be. It's not a toothbrush. It's a dick brush at that point. A toothbrush is relative. They name it because you brush your teeth with it. You know, it's like it's not a thing. It's just a brush. That's all it is.
Oh.
They make little brushes for cleaning stuff out.
But why would anyone clean
Go
their
buy a wire pipe cleaner and just yuck right in there.
Why?
Oh, I don't know. I was just thinking, like, a tiny toothbrush sounds satisfying to me to hold.
Oh.
And,
Because it seems inoffensive.
yeah. And I
Yeah.
could be like,
What are those?
are they urethral
What'd you
cleaning
look up?
devices?
A urethra dilator.
Why? Why?
Patrick, that was fast. You had that bookmark, dude. That was quick. So fast. Why do you want that? What's the thing?
My knob hurts
Why do you
now.
want that? Is that for like peeing harder? I'll put you.
Maybe it's for a catheter.
What?
What?
For Hank Hill syndrome?
What?
He said it so people can stick their urethras together.
For
Like-
people whose urethras stick together.
Is that what you thought?
Yeah.
oh, it closes up?
That is, like it grows back together like an ear piercing?
Conditions I didn't know existed and I don't ever want to hear about again.
That was
Which I'm
something
sure
that-
sounds. I'm sure someone statistically who's listening to this podcast has suffered from a narrow urethra, and our thoughts are with you.
Well, that happens to some people with their foreskins. If they have like an overly flappy foreskin
Go
or
ahead.
an excess of foreskin, and they go to sleep, it will seal over.
Mm-hmm.
So when they go and pee, it like fills up the inside of their.
What do you
Cock.
mean by seal up?
So like you're peeing, but you're just peeing into your own penis because it's going out of your urethra
I've
and
never
then
heard of that.
filling up your foreskin, and then it will go.
Really?
Some people suffer. from
Some people have that.
Yeah.
So this hypothetical person who has this, what does his girlfriend Meg think of that? Does she worry about that?
Mine doesn't even reach around anymore.
What does that mean?
The foreskin.
You can't close up all the way?
It's all loose and floppy.
I mean, it's not hanging around. It's just not functional anymore.
It's just what? It's pulled back like you're wearing a turtleneck all the time?
It's like, you know.
All right.
It's like, you know.
half-mast? Is that what you're saying?
What?
All right, fair play.
My knob never goes tiny enough to like use all
To
the
retract
foreskin.
all the way?
Yeah, unless I'm like
Way to give yourself a compliment.
mega cold, I don't think it ever closes.
You don't have enough coverage there. Is what
What
you're
about
saying.
you?
Yeah, mine will cover still.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Certain scenarios, sure. Why
So
not?
are you a grower?
I'm definitely a grower. Yes, I'm definitely a
Grower, for sure.
Yeah.
So you can close over again?
Yeah.
So do you ever get it in the morning where you've like sealed yourself up?
I haven't had that in a long time, but I remember when I was younger having that. Yeah. And it's just like you described. It's like a dam bursting. It's like a little water balloon that fills up and then just like that.
I'm circumcised.
So
You don't know what you're missing out on. How do you say that?
Okay, let's. I have a word here, and I'm gonna spell the word to you, and then we're both gonna say how we say it. I'll say it, and then you immediately say it right after me. Okay, Gavin? Chris, you're in on this too. Go me, and then goes Gavin, and then it goes you.
Okay.
Gus do you want to say yours?
No.
You don't want to say yours?
No.
So here's the order. It goes me, then it goes Gavin, then it goes you. But first, I'm gonna spell the word, and then we say it.
I
Okay,
need to
ready?
punch the mic.
It goes me and Gavin, then you.
Yeah.
SPECIES. Ready? Species.
Species.
Oh, it's space.
What? Chris, it's okay to cheat off the spelling part and just know the word we were saying. It's totally fine
It's not
to do
species.
Okay, that's the way I say it.
Species?
Yeah.
I was like, there's a trick question.
Oh.
Somewhere. That's where I was like, this
No.
can't be.
You say species.
Yeah, I say species.
Okay. Well, I say both, so I have no room.
Which one's correct? So someone tweeted, who is this? Hato Wells said that I'm mispronouncing it, that it's species?
Species.
I was
No,
like,
species.
What are you? You're
Species
saying the
is
same
fine.
word. You're saying the same word.
Yeah, we are saying the same word. We're saying
Species.
it differently. Species.
He's saying species. I'm saying species.
Okay. Yeah. There's an H there.
It's an SH.
I felt like you. Felt like there's a
I
trick
think like
question here.
there is a conversation happening here, but you're
For
not
the
in it.
record, dictionary.com lists both, but it lists species first before species.
Dude, I'm getting...
So fucking in your face, you son of a bitch.
While we're on this
Hato,
topic, other people have started to pick up on
Hato,
something...
hey dowels, fuck you.
Oh,
I got done for the way
Thanks
I
for tuning in.
pronounce.
No, really, we appreciate you being a sponsor.
Thanks
Thanks for supporting us and
we
enjoying
want
this
to
quality.
take this moment to thank you for being a paying member of our sponsor website. Dickhead.
Buoy.
What? Buoy.
Yeah, I got yelled at because I don't pronounce it that way.
How do you pronounce it?
Boy.
Boy.
Yeah, that's weird.
And someone was like, "It's pronounced buoy," and I was like, "I mean, yeah, in some places, but not everywhere."
It's also buoyancy.
All right, I'm going to try this. And I'm prepared for disappointment. Chris, are you okay at spelling?
Did you see what just happened?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
The spelling's fine. It's the
I was
pronunciation.
spelling.
It's
I think
fucked.
he has comprehension. Spell the word whoa. Like, whoa, that was crazy.
WOAH.
Fucking hate the
Lost
world.
it.
WHOA.
It's gone.
The word is
It's
gone. When did that happen, Gus?
I don't know. It's
The word
WHOA.
whoa, the word whoa is spelled WHOA. That's how that word is spelled. There is
It's
no
not
word.
woah.
There's no word.
Yeah,
Don't even
okay.
bother pronouncing it. Don't even bother pronouncing it because it's not whoa either. But but there is no word WAH. However, that word has somehow been generated, and now the word whoa, the spelling of it, I fully recognize is changing, and now the spelling of the word, I believe now, Gus, is WOAH.
Is this going to be another one of those differences, like aluminium? Like we're going to have a rift between the UK and the United States?
Or people who like say that the woe is only, I guess, for horses or whatever, or something like that.
Yeah.
And I've even had people tell me, "Oh, they're two different words." It's like, no, they're not.
Nope.
They're really not two different words.
The language, like language people.
What do language people say, Gavin? Tell me what the language people say.
They just really get offended by people's misuse of words.
No, I
like
think that's
publicly,
fascinating.
It's like politics. It's like, I hate when people do this. Like, do you really hate it? though?
No,
Do you really hate it?
Right. I don't hate that that word is changing. I'm actually fascinated because language has changed many times over the years. Like the spellings of words
It's
have changed.
It's never
changing.
not changing.
I just changed a word right there to change it. But it is fascinating to watch that happen in a short amount of time. Somebody posted like the lookups on Google for WHOA versus WOAH, and like 2008, basically when Twitter started or when people started using Twitter heavily, all of a sudden WOAH just rocketed up.
What do you think caused that? Was there a particular?
I don't know. I'm
Could
fascinated by
Could there
it.
have been like one internet meme where it was misspelled? Or
Possibly.
something? Or one tweet from whoever. Or
Right.
Ashton
like it's like
Kutcher.
one thing that's like, oh yeah, that's how it's spelled because this person spelled it and this was this huge thing.
Yeah, no, it's something happened though, and it's not an issue of well, some people just spell it that way. It really is definitely not the spelling of the word.
You said it happened one year. Did you say it was 2008?
I believe so.
Thanks, Obama.
No, I have a
Gus.
question. Bernie,
Whoa.
how would you feel if your legacy was you began the misspelling of a word.
I would take that.
Like you were like, oh yeah, I'm the one who started the misspelling of woah.
Sure.
Yeah, foundation is now foundation. That's it from this day forward. Here, another thing I want to read here.